he's just that type of person. He has integrity like no other, and of course, that's one of the reasons why I love him so much. And then he also is that person that is going to do what's right when no one's around. And that's also one of those things I think is rare today. We're just blessed to have him as our sheriff, and I think that we'll be blessed to have him as our state representative. I have to take notes because I can't remember anything and get on track. But in case you didn't know, Jack, it's been for 4 decades he has served as law enforcement in public safety. He started back in 1980 in TDOC and has worked his way through every city in Roane County. He's worked at, he's police chief in Harriman, and of course the last 20 years being the sheriff of this county. He also has had all type of boards that he's been on. He's chaired 911 board for over 20 years. He is actually from 99 to 26, almost 3 decades. He was also on the Michael Dunn board, the TCI he chaired. He's worked on courthouse security and jail studies, and all these to improve the safety and accountability of the safety for each one of you. So that's something we're very proud of. And of course, he doesn't stop with just his career. He is also involved in all types of nonprofits, whether it be the Lions Club, he's been a member of for years, and also the Rotary in Rockwood, the TCA, the National Sheriff's Association, the Masonic Lodge in Kingston and in Rockwood, and he's a Master Mason. And I tell you, ran marathons too. I mean, all this time he finds to do all these things is amazing. FOP Lodge number 69. So to say the least, he has spent his entire life being a public servant, and that's something that I know that he has got to give. So when anybody asks me, they said, what's Chuck going to do? I said, he's going to work with his son. What do you mean, what's he going to do? And so I kept telling myself that's what he was going to do. And so eventually, when we had numerous people that asked us if Jack was going to run for office, I did the thing that most wives should do, and I asked him, what do you want to do? And he said, I would like to. I said, oh, Lord, I don't think he's going to say that. But I know he will do a fantastic job, and of course I support him 100%. Or anything he does, he would do if he knew I would want to support him on it. But he also is someone that has a diverse background on working budget. So anybody that's familiar with his budget in the Sheriff's Department, I mean, I don't know, but my history of working budgets in business, it's very rare that I have a business that works, that they actually say, you paid me too much money, let me give this money back to you. That's what he does every single year. And we're not talking about chump change. We're talking about a lot of years it was up to $1 million back. And if everyone knows government, this is the diamond, in the rough. You just don't ever see anything or needle in the haystack. So that's something that I'm super proud of Jack. And he does, and knows the law, and that's something I think that he'll do fantastic in Nashville because he does know the law and he is very good at strategic planning. So when he decided to run, this just actually is something that he's just he's making it a much broader scale in his serving. So I just want to introduce my husband, Jack Stockton, the next state rep of this department.
She told you my age. She told you that I worked at home all the time and had to have something else to do, so that's why I decided to run. She's been my boss. Before I get started with my little spiel tonight, I want to recognize all the elected officials that are here tonight. If you don't mind standing, and give them a standing ovation for their service. Thank you. We've got county commissioners, we've got our senator with us tonight, we've got business people, city council ladies from all the Springs. It's hard to remember all the names of the people, but I want to recognize someone that's special to me, someone that's been with me for the last 24 years as my accountant and my treasurer, and that is Miss Kathy Davis. She has put up with my ignorance for 24 years. Come here, Kathy. I wanted to present this to Kathy. She's an honorary member of the Sheriff's Office, officially now forever. And it's a little cutting board, so she can cut Jerry some ham and cheese. Jerry loves to eat ham and cheese. I've seen him eat a whole pack before. No bread. But in all seriousness, Kathy is one of the greatest treasurers a person can have. She's been so sweet to me, and I love her dearly, and I love her entire family. They're great people. Without her and her husband, I wouldn't be standing here today. And of course, without my wife, her husband Jerry was a mayor of Harriman when I was the police chief. And very few mayors let a sheriff or a chief do their job. They always try to interfere. Jerry Davis was never that type of person. I think that Jerry knew that there were things that had to be done in Harriman 20 years ago, and he gave me an opportunity to do that. And I'm forever grateful for Jerry and his family. For Smith County. We love you all very much. So I hope everybody's had a good time. I'm not going to bore you with a lot of crazy stuff. I guess the question is why do I want to run for state rep? And it's pretty simple. I've had a lot of phone calls, and I love public service. I love serving people and trying to help people the best that I can, and I can work with anybody if they'll allow me to do that. I'm not one of the kind of people that you'll see that is black and white every day, because life's not black and white. Politics is a funny thing. You're enemies one day and you're friends the next day. But there's no reason that we can't get along and be Americans. It takes all of us working together to make our district and our state and our county safer and better. Roane County is at the verge of explosion, and that's because of all the leaders that help us throughout the state, and particularly Roane County, and our senator and our former state representatives. All of them have put in the hard work to open those doors for us in the 32nd district. Economic development is something that is coming. Growth and development is coming to Roane County, whether we like it or not. A lot of people don't like change, but it's an opportunity for us to succeed, have better lives for our families. And Oak Ridge is opening that door for us. We are investing a lot of money. The governor has a plan to make things work for us. And that plan is being executed as we speak. The nuclear reactor program that's producing energy over in Oak Ridge is incredible. Just what I've researched about it now, and all the jobs that could be coming here in the near future. They've got probably 14 projects that I've read about already that's in the works. And that money from the private sector and the governor's money and federal money is going to give us so many opportunities for our children. Good paying jobs, education and skills that they need. We've got partners with Roane State. We've got UT and Knoxville that's got the best PhD people in the business in the whole world. So we're in that hub, and that's the importance of that. So your children and your grandchildren are going to be working at those places. They're going to be making more money and have more opportunities than we've ever had. And all of us in this room want that for us. And it's our responsibility to give them that opportunity. And we can do that by working together. Both Democrats and Republicans are going to have to share that vision. And that is my vision about going to Nashville, is to try to make the governor's dream come true and our dreams come true. Public education is a big thing. They need to better pay our school teachers and educators. If you want the quality teachers and educators in your public school system, you're going to have to pay them money. Like law enforcement, anything else, you've got to give them the money. And we know that's not free. But what price do you put on your children's education and their opportunities, hopes, and dreams. You know, Nashville is a big wheel in motion, and it takes all 99 legislators and 33 senators to make things happen. And studying the Constitution and the history of Tennessee and the way things work, we're at the top of the line. There is no doubt. Tennessee is budgetly sound, probably ranked 3rd or 4th in the nation right now. They're just booming. And everyone that's in Nashville now has been part of that process. And I want to be part of that process. I want to stand up and represent you as a state representative, as a professional, to show you that I can take the abilities I've been taught in law enforcement for the last 42 years and working with the county commissions and governments to make things happen. If you remember 20 years ago when I was elected, some of you may or may not remember, the sheriff's office was in shambles. There was no organization. People were doing what they wanted to do. They had no structure, no discipline. It was terrible. They were in a dilapidated jail. Things were falling apart. I think the sheriff got tired and wore out. And actually, I'm tired and wore out from that job. It will kill you on a sheriff. We got a retired sheriff from Loudoun County, one of my best friends, Sheriff Guyder from Loudoun County. Welcome, Sheriff. Thank you for your service. Matter of fact, I went to his office before I was elected with Jerry Davis, and he introduced me to him. And he made such an impression on me that I said, I'm going to mold my office after him. That's the kind of man he is, and he stayed till it was time for him to go home. And he taught me to stay till it's time for me to go home. So that vision and that education that you get from people that's been there and done like that, like Senator Yeager, all the older guys, no offense, Senator, but that wisdom and gray hair come from the School of Hard Knocks. And they've learned along that trail how to serve people and to make things happen. And they can do it. And I want to be part of that team. I want to serve something bigger than myself, bigger than our county. Because Tennessee is right in the hub to make everything happen here, particularly Oak Ridge, and that's our people, our district. The North City, booming, that's a prime example. 32nd district. The infrastructure that's been put in place in the North City is incredible. It's just shot up overnight. It's just like Farragut, a long time ago, 15, 20 years ago. They had a vision. And my vision is to see Roane County expand and grow. And this is one of the opportunities we have today at Oak Ridge to make that happen. So I take my hat off to the educators in the public education system, the job that they've done with our children throughout the years. It's incredible. I don't know how you do what you do, but I admire you guys for what you do as educators. And I'm going to say something else about our governor. Our governor had a great vision and where he wanted the state to go. A lot of people didn't share that vision, and he done a few things I did not like. But I'm smart enough to know that if you don't work with a governor in the state of Tennessee, you're left out. That's common sense. I have good common sense. I have the ability to listen. I'm willing to learn, and I will work for you as hard as I can. I will give you the best service that I possibly can, and I'll educate myself to move forward for a better future for us. And I want to say something else, and most people don't say to do this when you're politicking. There's a man in this room tonight that I've endorsed as a sheriff candidate this year, Tim Phillips. He's been my chief deputy for 20 years. He's ready for that job. He is a man like me. He has a vision and he has a plan. If you don't have a plan and a vision to succeed and share that vision with people, you're not going to succeed. Because everybody has to buy into the big circle for it to work. It's just like greasing a wheel. If you don't want to put the grease on it, it's not going to move. Not going to move. But we're moving forward today. You know, like I said again, the state of Tennessee is ready to explode. East Tennessee in particular, it makes me excited. The more I read about it, the more I educate myself about the politics. And Nashville, it just lights a fire in my belly. I want to work with Senator Yeager. I want to work with Rick Scarborough, who's already down there. The Republican Party has done a wonderful job, and I am so proud of them for what they do. And I respect them. I respect all the representatives for what they do. It's hard work. It's dedicated work. It's not just 3 months out of the year while they're in session. They're working behind the scenes when they're at home. They're thinking about what's going on in Nashville, what they need to be doing. Even when they're on a walking trail, I see the senator quite often walking, and you can tell his wheels are burning up here. So he's like a sheriff, he never rests. So, but we enjoy what we do, and I love being a public servant. The county commission, the county executive, all the people that have come before me have put that passion create in there. And I'll take my abilities to Nashville to serve you the best I can. Does anybody have any questions about anything that I would like to see difference going on today? Or the politics in Nashville, or any questions about schools, educators, anything else? I'll take a question. If you want to know, I'll tell you today. That's one thing I'll be truthful with you about. Wow, that's it. I have my opponents in here. Somebody say something? Wow, that was easy. Well, I need your vote and I need your support to take me to Nashville and represent you on the floor to do the job that I know God has called me to do. I really feel like that. And I didn't feel good about it to begin with, and then I felt comfort. And she did not feel comfortable with it to begin with. But she said, if that's what you want to do, go for it. So she's always supported me. She's my campaign manager. She knows my heart inside and out. I will serve you to the best of my ability until I can't do it no more, and then I'll step aside. You always know when it's time to go home, you know, and I'll assure you I'm that kind of person. I'm not there for the money, I'm not there for the prestige, and they don't make much money, $27,000 a year, but it won't pay your utility bills probably. But I think it's a great plan to go to Nashville and speak for you, and let's move forward with Roane County and the 32nd District. Thank you so much for being here. God bless you.